The much anticipated summit by leaders from the southwest part of Nigeria on restructuring the Yoruba agenda, about which the entire country has been sufficiently informed through the very wide and extensive media networks, both radio, television, print, and the new media, where the southwest holds sway, has finally taken place. Deadline was Thursday, the 7th of September 2017 at the Lagos Salami Stadium in the Adamasingba area of Ibadan, the Oyo State capital. In retrospect, Ibadan is properly primed for such a historic assemblage. In terms of attendance, every section of the Southwest leadership registered a very robust presence, from the political, religious, corporate, academic, intelligentsia, lawmakers, and all ideological tendencies. The Yoruba for once decided to subsume whatever ambition to close ranks and speak with one voice on the issue of restructuring of the country, which has remained a hot bottom issue on the top burner of discussion as far as the Southwest is concerned on how to move the country forward. In attendance were traditional leaders of thought led by the Oni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Ogunwusi, Southwest governors from the 6 states of Oyo, Ogun, Osun, Ondo, and Lagos sent a representative. Governor Ayodele Fayose of Ekiti State was at the summit personally. There were also social cultural groups and leaders of the Southeast. The Southeast was led by the President General of the Ohanese Ndibo, former Minister of Information, Chief John Wodo, accompanied by General Ike Nwachukwu, Professor Walter Afonagoro, Chief Charles Odunukwe, and other Igbo leaders. The South-South leaders too gave a huge solidarity at the Southwest Summit on Restructuring. They were led by Chief Albert Horsfall from Rivers State, Senator Aneti Okon from Akwa Ibom State, Chief TKO Okorochie from Bayelsa State, and other leaders from the South-South region. The chairman of the planning committee of the Southwest Summit on Restructuring, Dr. Olajide, set the tone for the commencement of the summit with a detailed background that chronicled what led to the summit.
This summit is not the gathering of a political party. It is not a religious gathering. It is a gathering of Nigerian patriots of Yoruba extraction, determined to give Nigeria a new lease of life. This gathering, hopefully, will be a breath of fresh air for a country suffocating in distress. It is a summit of the brightest and best in Yoruba land. It is a summit of political leaders of all ideological persuasion in Nigeria. A summit of the academia, labor leaders, students, artisans, market women, essentially the proletariat. This is a coalition of Yoruba interest groups who are committed to championing the birth of a new Nigeria. Presently, by the fake constitution we operate, Nigerians have been put in a consumption mode, sharing and sharing and sharing and not baking the cake. This coalition is determined to move Nigeria from this consumption mode to a productive mode.
This position was further buttressed by legal luminary, Are Dr. Afe Babalola, founder of Afe Babalola University, Ado-Ekiti. Are Dr. Afe Babalola, who is the chairman of the Southwest Leaders Summit Committee, stated emphatically that restructuring will solve most of the problems the country is facing on all fronts today. The prognosis from all indices may spell doom for the country if action is not taken to redress the situation now.
I pay tribute, special tribute, to the organizers of this summit, to the bold step to hold this summit in order to address the problems which are traceable to the famous Berlin Conference, the abandonment of necessity and necessary constitution, which were designed for gradual emergence of the artificial creation of 1885 into a nation and the management of the economy by the military. The last point I want to take is Nigeria a nation or a country? My answer is simple. Originally, it was not designed to be a country, and in any event, it's not a nation up to today. There are many nations, and Yoruba is a nation inside it. This is why we are agitating that we should review, we should hold a sub-national conference where the issue of restructuring must be addressed. And our nation and other nations inside can live together in harmony. At the end of the day, a nation will emerge from a country which is prosperous.
Under the current structure, children out of school, according to UNICEF, are in excess of 15 million, which is the highest global percentage anywhere. Nigeria also has the largest number of internally displaced persons (IDP) in a country not at war. As at 2016, poverty level in the country stood at 72% and is still on the rise. Nigeria's population is projected to be 258 million in 2030. If this trajectory persists, there will be deeper and wider poverty and insecurity threats. As we speak, Boko Haram, herdsmen attack and organized crime are going on unabated in different parts of the country. Of all of these, the southwest region, which has shot very far ahead of all other parts of the country in education, healthcare, and indeed all aspects of life, is the hardest hit. The southwest, which is the best, is being brought down to the level of the rest, whereas the ideal should have been for the southwest to help take the rest up to the level of the best. In the southwest today, the level of education is less than average in school certificate performance. There are poor health indicators. The dysfunctional unitary structure of government being practiced now in a multi-ethnic country is, to say the least, anomalous. Therefore, to stem this drift to the precipice, restructuring is the answer.
It is my view, and I think everybody here will agree with us, that the Yoruba nation prospered under the regional system, and Nigeria was better for it. Today, we want in Nigeria to be, we don't want Nigeria to disaggregate, but we want in Nigeria where each region will be able to develop at its own rate and develop its culture, and eventually there will be prosperity and the nation will evolve from that constitution. Thank you very much, everybody, for listening.
With restructuring in place, there will be sustainable human, social, and economic development. Those who hold executive and legislative position in the restructured government structure will be held to account by the people. All other speakers who ventilated their strong views on the vexed question of restructuring suggested that 6 regional autonomous governments with the FCT as capital will serve us better in the present circumstance. In their opinion, a restructured Nigeria will move the country from the money-sharing anti-development economy to a more productive economy. They all called for Nigeria's return to a proper federation as enshrined in the 1960 and 1963 constitutions. Those who spoke included Ambassador Dr. Tokunbo Awolowo Dosunmu, former Governor of Ogun State Otumba Gbengu Daniel, former Aviation Minister Chief Femi Fani-Kayode, Legal Luminary Chief Idowu Shofola, and Otumba Gani Adams. They all pointed out that under a federating unit of a restructured Nigeria, each region is free to own and develop their resources. It was also agreed that federating units, states, zones or regions must be governed by a written constitution to curb impunity at all levels.
Encouraging words from a poem titled Never Say Fail, which is one of the favorites of Chief Awolowo. I believe this poem speaks to everyone who believes not only in Nigeria, but also that Nigeria and Nigerians deserve a better chance for a more glorious future than is currently the case. And I want you to listen to this, please. I quote, "Keep pushing. 'Tis wiser than sitting aside and sighing and wishing and waiting the tide. In life's earnest battle, they only prevail who daily march onward and never say fail. In life's rosy morning, in manhood's fair pride. Let this be your motto, your footsteps to guide. In storm and in sunshine, whatever assail, will onward and conquer and never say fail.
A unique aspect of this meeting is the unprecedented presence of our brothers from the eastern flank. Their massive presence here today signals that most desire handshake across the Benue, propounded several years ago by our late sage Chief Obafemi Awolowo. We thank them for their solidarity. Our party, the PDP, stand firmly by the aspirations of our people today, which incidentally have become a national agenda. Restructuring is not about secession, but it remains the sine qua non for progress and development in our country today.
What is Sowajeru Louis? Accept it and figure out what you're going to do about it. Let's stop pretending. You see, before we say anything else, let's just acknowledge one thing. Our Yoruba, we're very restrained. We're very civilized. We're very educated. We're accommodating and liberal. But sometimes that is used against us. I won't go too far here, but I'll say one thing. It's time for us to think again. If Nigeria is not restructured, if we do not have regional restructuring like my brother Gani Adams just said now, if we don't have that, I'll tell you this for free. Let us prepare for Oduduwa Republic, end of story. That is the feeling of the majority of our people. Now, for us here today as leaders, we call for the restructuring as a first step. We appeal to the federal government. We appeal to all political leaders, all parties. Let us restructure this country. Devolve power from the center. Give us the power to lead our lives. So mo bẹ̀yìn bàbá lónìí, ìdúró wa, ẹ má jẹ́ ká mẹ́hẹ̀, nǹkan tá a bá fẹ́, òun la fẹ́, ẹ má sọ pé nǹkan tẹ́nìkan fẹ́. Wọ́n ní ají ṣe bí Yorùbá là ń rí, Yorùbá ò lè ṣe bí ti bàbá ẹnìkan. From the beginning of the history, our man set pace. Ẹ má jẹ́ kí ẹlòmíì kó set pace fún wa. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìkànnú àwọn ọmọ yìí tó jẹ́ ajìjàngbara tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ agbáṣàga, position mi àti àbá tèmi ni wípé Yorùbá Summit ká adopt restructuring based on regional line. Ẹ ṣé gan.
The position of the Southeast and South-South leadership were put across by the President General of Ohanaeze Ndigbo, the umbrella body of all Igbos, former Information Minister Chief John Nwodo, and Chief Albert Horsfall. They all backed unequivocally the demand of the Southwest for a regional government. Chief Albert Horsfall emphasized that states should be entitled to manage all resources found within their boundaries and all revenue accrued thereof. He said it is what resource control is all about.
Since 1963, the people of Nigeria have never been allowed to write a constitution that will determine the way that they are ruled. Is it wrong to have a say in your country? Is it right to be ruled by a document that you are not party to? What you are saying today is that the people of Nigeria must have a say in the way that they are governed. It is not only the Yoruba nation that is saying it. We the Igbos are saying it loud and clear. Mr. Chairman, many people have tried to destroy restructuring by saying that it is a ploy by southern Nigeria to monopolize the God-given mineral resources in southern Nigeria. I think those who are doing this do not love Nigeria.
Restructure depends on control of your physical energy, what you produce or what your soil produces. We of the South have for several years, for how many decades now, run the economy of this country. We have provided the engine room that runs Nigeria. Yet, we are still expecting to be given that right and privilege to run our affairs. That is the restructure that we are talking about. So the rest of us in the South have only just caught up with our agitations, which we thank you for, because we all now speak with one voice. What you produce, you contribute to the country called Nigeria. We believe in Nigeria. But every Nigerian must do something and contribute something to the country.
The Southwest leaders proposed a revenue sharing formula for a restructured Nigeria: 50% to the state, 35% to the regional government, and 15% to the federation. They also asked that the power to create local government and assign functions be vested in the states. Each region shall have its own constitution containing the enumerated exclusive and concurrent list. There were representation from the state governors from the Southwest. Governor Ayodele Fayose asked that the Yoruba should come together and synergize their position on restructuring.
Bàbá wa Awólọ́wọ̀, bàbá wa Akíntọ́lá, Gbẹ́ngẹ́lẹ́ Mẹ́sì àti gbogbo àwọn bàbá yẹn, wọ́n ti gbìyànjú. Alágẹmọ bímọ ẹ̀tàn, àìmọ̀ ọjọ́ kù sọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Àwọn àgbà Yorùbá, ẹ̀yin ni ìṣòro tá a ní. Bọ́bọ̀ bá ń lọ títí tó bá rẹ̀ á lóun ò lọ mọ́, lọ mọ́. Nígbà ń sọ ni pé restructuring yẹn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn wa ò tiẹ̀ mọ̀ túmọ̀ ẹ̀. Kò yé wọn torí pé tó wọn ni èrò àkúnbí àtayọ àti lọ oko ẹrú ọ̀rẹ́dì àti wọ one chance wọ́n ti kó Yorùbá lọ pátápátá ìran bàbá Ọlọ́run kó dáwó lọ́wọ́ padà àbára èèyàn kó dáwó lọ́wọ́ padà bí wọ́n ṣe dìtẹ̀ èrè tán lọ gbèsè wọn. Kò sí àbúlùmọ́là á padà sí region ní.
As for the Ooni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Ogunwusi, he advised leaders of the Southwest to demonstrate proper understanding and honesty. He said they should avoid bickering among themselves, which retards progress.
Olódùmarè tó dá ẹ̀mí gbogbo wa sí, tí a bá sọ pé a fẹ́ ṣe àtúntò kí a fi òótọ́ ọ̀nù ṣe, kí a má mú òṣèlú mọ́, kí a má fi òṣèlú sí, kí a wo ọjọ́ iwájú àwọn ọ̀dọ́, torí nínú kí a dẹ̀jọ́ nítorí tọlọ́run, kí a kó ara wa, ká kó ẹnu wa ní ìjánu. Nítorí pé nǹkan tẹ́ a bá fi àlàáfíà ṣe, òun náà ni Ọlọ́run Olódùmarè máa ń lọ́wọ́ sí. Pẹ̀lú àlàáfíà, gbogbo ẹ̀tọ́ wa a lè gbà. Nítorí pé aṣíwájú ni àwa ọmọ káàárọ̀ òjìrè o. Mo fẹ́ rọ gbogbo wa wípé ká fi òótọ́ ọnú ṣe. Ṣé kìí ṣe pé ìwà tara ẹni nìkan ni gbogbo àwa tá a wà ń bí bá wá síbí yìí? Ṣé ọjọ́ iwájú àwọn ọ̀dọ́ wa àti gbogbo ọmọ Oòduà ní tilé toko ní tòótọ́ la bá wá síbí?
At the end of the Southwest Summit, convened to deliberate on the demand of the Yoruba nation for restructuring and the future of Nigeria, the summit came up with a 16-point communique, christened the Ibadan Declaration, which was read by Emeritus Professor of History and former Senator Professor Banji Akintoye.
We reject the continual decline of Nigeria, consequent on the excessive centralization of power and resource control that successive military dictatorships and the 1999 Constitution created. We reject any further decline of Nigeria and of our nation, our institutions, and our assets. We demand an immediate return to the federal system established by the founding fathers of Nigeria in the 1950s.
The Ibadan Declaration, which was signed by all the leaders of the Southwest that convened the summit, was further affirmed by Dr. Yinka Odumaki, the spokesman of Afenifere. In conclusion, there was a consensual agreement that restructuring is the irreducible minimum to create a just and equitable federation where all nationalities and people in Nigeria will live in peace and harmony.
That they should be united to regain their freedom from the northern domination by insisting that restructuring of this position to a true federalism is the minimum condition for our staying in the federation.
Well, the message is there, restructuring, and we should all join hands together to make sure we achieve the best result from it. It's not dividing Nigeria, it's not breaking up Nigeria. It's just for us to know that Nigeria can be better run and states can be better run than what it is right now.